What is up there, everybody? Citrus Aviation here for yet another video, and today we have Model Aircraft News Monthly for September 2021. Now, the August episode came out really late. I was trying to get out early, and of course that didn't happen. And today I am joined by some special guests. They are the, I think it's brothers, if I'm correct, from Aviation 24. So if you guys want to say hello, that'd be great.
Hello, everyone.
And yes, Citrus, you are correct. We are brothers of Aviation 24 here. So we're glad that you have us back on the show again. And yeah, we're here to talk about model planes.
Yeah, I think I had you guys on for that video that did surprisingly well. The best and worst places to buy model aircraft. So I was really happy with how that video turned out. And as always, I hope this one turns out great as well. We have a bunch of news items. And the first one here is Gemini-Jet's broken models. Now, some of you might remember back in the last video, my headline news item was, "Are broken models over?" Well, Gemini-Jets clearly saw that video and they're like, hold my beer here real quick, let's just break every single Astrojet plane we got. And a lot of the Astrojets have come broken to people. You can watch videos on YouTube. I'll be probably showing some here that you can take a look at. But a lot of them came broken, and I did hear from some retailers that they would have these cases come in, and often 1400, 737, 800 boxes will come in cases of 6 to retailers. I mean, you might remember from my Massive Unboxing 7, I opened a retailer case, and there were about 6 Gemini-Jets 737s, and there was a retailer who got a case with all of them broken, and then another case with almost all of them broken. So this seems to be a thing that I've seen happening a lot. And the Astrojet model seems to come broken in particular. Now, the 737 mold has been particularly known for plagued with quality control issues. And the Astrojet release from, I believe it was August 2021, is no different. So, unfortunately, the quality control issues are back, and of course it is classic Gemini-Jets causing issues. And yes, I'm just checking here real quick, it was an August 2021 release.
Yeah, definitely very crazy of how Gemini-Jets kind of took a step back. Editor Citrus, you can add that picture with the hold my beer meme for Gemini-Jets, because that's quite insane. I never thought Gemini-Jets would do that, because they're doing so well from ever since they had that whole crisis of broken planes. So yeah, it's kind of a bit disappointing for Todd Models to make the decision to go back a few steps.
I kind of thought it was in the past for them.
Yeah, I was hoping it was, but turns out it was not. So, yep, Gemini-Jet's gonna continue doing what Gemini-Jets will do, unfortunately. Another interesting story is that a lot of models have been delayed. Now, this one is not Gemini-Jet's fault, because we're still currently experiencing some of the results of the current pandemic that's going around, the pandemic that shall not be named because I still want this video to be monetized. Some of the results have included some current delays, such as current ports of entry. So since these models are made in China, they have to come through a port of entry here in the United States or any other country that you get your models from. And here in the United States, the port of entries have been delayed. Now, it's a big deal if you buy Gemini-Jets, because all Gemini-Jets models must come through a United States port of entry where Gemini-Jets receives them all, and then they distributed them to all their retailers. So if you have a Gemini-Jets model, some of them have been delayed, some engine models have been delayed, and several other model aircraft in this current space.
Yeah, this is definitely a major issue. I know for a fact that the ARM model store had to definitely stop doing pre-orders for some manufacturers, such as I believe Gemini-Jets and JC Wings, I believe. I don't know if they're gonna do for NG, but that's how bad the situation is, and it's mainly because there's also a lack of truck drivers. So a lot of these ships have to be stuck outside of Californian ports for about a few days or weeks, and they can't get in because there's not enough truck drivers to get these containers off the ships and then shipped across the country. So yeah, definitely a major problem, and I believe we can expect to see this in early 2022, so this problem is going to be here for quite some time. So yeah, do expect your models to become very delayed.
Yeah, exactly. And RM Models, I believe the only company he's actually accepting pre-orders from right now is NG Malls. He has had some issues with German Jets and some other companies, not just with delays, but a few other issues as well. But yeah, if you're ordering from RM Models, what he currently does is he only puts the models up for sale when he gets them in stock. So if you get a newsletter from him saying models are in stock, that's when they're actually in stock, and that's when you can make your orders. He doesn't do pre-orders except for NG Malls at the current time. Another interesting situation, or not really a situation, but really interesting hype that's coming up is this new company called Miniature Models. Now, not a whole lot is known about this brand right now. However, they appear to be, I wouldn't say a spin-off brand of Panda Models, but they are using Panda Models molds, so they appear to be in some way related to Panda Models. However, they are making a lot of model aircraft, starting with the Thai Boeing 737-400. Now, several reviewers have gotten their hands on these, such as Yesterday's Airlines and Red River Aviation. And these two people done some videos, and Yesterday's Airlines did an article on this new company. They will be operating and making the 737-200, 300, 400, and the Airbus A319-20, Airbus A321 Neo, and they will be making the Boeing 737-600, 700, and 800. So those will be aircraft you can look forward to, and it'll be interesting to see what models Panda Models makes, and of course their new brand Miniature Models, which we still don't know a whole lot about. It'll be interesting to see what they do here in the future. They just announced a new China Airlines Airbus A321 that will be arriving in early 2022. So that'll be an interesting model to take a look at. A lot of people, as part of Red River Aviation's giveaway, did a video talking about models that they like to see from the company. I did one, so if you want to go check that out, you can go check it out above.
Our thoughts on this, it's going to be quite interesting, because if they end up making American models, Gemini Jets, they're not going to be happy about this at all.
Exactly.
NG might be fine with it, but the Gemini, that's just a whole nother story. But yeah, given by what you said, this company does seem like it's a branch off from Panda Models. So they might be like relying on Panda model molds for now until they're able to develop their own. And then we can see a lot more interesting things in the coming future, which will be actually very exciting, because you know, they can make, there will be a lot more choice to choose from for everybody, not just for us US collectors, just like across the board around the globe, no matter where you are. But yeah, can't wait to see what these miniature models are going to do next.
Yeah, I agree. It'll be interesting to see what the brand does. We don't know a whole lot about them yet, but it'll be interesting to see what they look like in the near future. We do have two new molds to talk about. It's been a while since we had new molds to talk about, but we have two, and they're both from JC Wings in 1:400 scale. They are the Airbus A310 and the Tupolev Tu-204. Now, the Tupolev Tu-204 is clearly to compete with the NG version, and of course, the A310 is one that they have been making in 1:200 scale in partnership with German Jets for about a year and a half. So I expected that to come in 1:400 scale. Some aircraft I'd be interested in seeing, of course, would be for the Airbus A310. I'd really like to see a Delta A310. I think Delta had some A310s, and then a FedEx one. That's the one I'm most interested in seeing. I'd get the FedEx A310. The Tu-204s, I'm not really interested in seeing any of them, just because any Tu-204 that I want, I'll just get the NG version, which I expect to be better in 1:400 scale. Now, some other molds that JC Wings is speculated to be working on, that there's a little image of that floated around online that people have seen, is there's going to be some more interactive series molds. Now, we saw some of them released by German Jets this month with the interactive series 747-400 in 1:400 scale, so that'll be a really exciting model to get our hands on for the first time. And then in 1:200 scale, we'll have some more interactive series molds for the first time in the 747-800, the MD-11, and I believe the Airbus A330. I'm not sure about the A330, but I know, for example, for sure that the MD-11 and the 747-8 are coming very soon in 1 to 200 scale to join the interactive series 747-400.
Well, Citrus, I gotta say, I'm very excited for this A310 mold because, like, finally I've been waiting for this kind of mold for like quite a while. Because I wanted to get like an Air Transat A310 for the longest time, but they're retired. But I still might get one just for the sake of memories. But yeah, they have included the A310 mold and the PIA livery. I believe 2 of them, which actually look very stunning. So, you can only imagine how it will look for other airlines.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I think that was in the 1/200 scale, which is a mold they've had for about a year and a half. And so it'll be interesting to see how the 1/400 versions look. Now, I think on the PIAs, they were saying that the color that a lot of people knowing was off is just a sample mold, and that the color will be fixed for the production variants. So yeah, those models look good. They made 3 of them, 3 different liveries, and that'll be a really cool plane to get a hand on. What do you think of the TU-204 though?
I think there'll probably definitely be a lot more airline liveries you will see with that, being like produced both by NG and JC, because I mean, not NG, like NG's not always going to be producing the TU-204s all the time. So like, you know, this is a lot better for collectors that need this kind of plane, so like they can rely on 2 companies instead of 1, which I believe it's fair enough. I mean, if Gemini Jets would want to do that, Gemini Jets, if you're listening, feel free to do that too, man.
Yeah, we wouldn't mind. I think yesterday's Airlines was mentioning in a video or something that he said that there are only something like 15 TU-204 liveries that were ever made, so that were ever painted as of right now, as of 2021. So it'll be really interesting to see what happens. And of course, Gemini Jets, as they use the same molds that JC Wings does, it'll be really interesting to see which TU-204s and A310s get made by Gemini Jets in 1/400 scale and which ones get made by JC Wings. So with that being said, we have the releases, and there were 3 releases this month we want to talk about. There was the Gemini Jets releases, which came out on the 1st of September 2021. There were the Aero Classics releases, which came out on the 10th of September 2021. And there were the NG Models releases. NG Models came out on the 1st of September, and the Gemini Jets came out on the 22nd of September. So with that being said, we're going to get started with the NG first. And this month was highlighted by the 3 Copa 737-800s, the 2 United 747 SPs, the DHL A330, yes, and the Qatar A350 re-release, and the Air New Zealand 787-9. I personally got the 2 standard Copa 737-800s, the one with standard winglets and the one with split scimitars. I did not get the special livery. I did get the the Air New Zealand 789 and a Qatar A350. Which models did you get, if you got any, and what do you think of this release set? Quite a few interesting ones that came out.
Alright, so the planes that we got out of these new releases from NG Models for September was only one, because I can only really afford one, which was the Copa Airlines Boeing 737-800 with the split scimitars. It's very needed in our collection. If you take a look at our channel, especially for like our Eastern Liberty Airport updates, they're very needed, so pick one up. That's like the only plane we ever got. But the other ones, they're very tempting, especially that Astrojet and the Eurowings. Those ones look actually pretty good, and also the Air New Zealand. But yeah, these are all pretty nice releases, especially the DHL. Nice that they included that, because that's a model, a plane that's been recently brought into service at like the time when they released it. So it's like NG, they just have a thing where they just tend to release a plane when it's like first brought, like a new livery or something like that. Like when a new livery comes out, they just make it immediately, because, you know, they're NG. They do whatever they want. But yeah, I gotta say, it's really amazing.
Yeah, and I'm just looking here on the website, and they say there are 3 delayed. There is the Beluga XL number 4, the Eurowings Discovery A330, and the DHL A330. So those are the delayed ones. All the other ones are in stock and available. And of course, they made another Beluga, which is the continuation of their series. They are making all of the Beluga XLs that are currently operated. And so this is SIP number 4. I believe they have 1 or 2 more to go, and then they will have made all of them. And I have accidentally skipped over 2 of the biggest models of this release, which is the Astrojet 737-800 Retro, the American one, and of course American Astrojet 757-200. The 757 showing how the American 757 will look at the time, and of course the Retro 737-800. I did go for the Astrojet Retro, and I'm probably going to pick up the Astrojet 757-200. So, moving on over to Aero Classics, NG Models dropped their releases on the 1st of September, and Aero Classics followed 10 days later on the 10th of September, releasing their release set. So they released a Frontier A321, they released a Frontier A320 Neo. I believe this is their 8th release of a Frontier A320 Neo, which is pretty crazy to think about. And then, of course, the 2 highlight releases for a lot of people from this release set were, of course, the 2 A300s. We had the UPS A300, and of course, we had the FedEx A300, both of which sold out within a few hours of them coming out. I think they all sold out within about 4 or 5 hours of being released, because Aero Classics does not make a whole lot of models. Usually they make only 200 for each set, and there are only a few retailers that sell them. So, those sold out really quickly. The Frontiers are still available, but the 2 A300 sold out for a lot, and I see they are already being sold on eBay for about $150 each, which is insane. You know, have gone up in value very quickly. Some people got them. I was unable to pick them up at the time. It was just not the right decision for me, and as much as I want the Frontiers and the 2 A300s, I just decided not to get them. And of course, I do believe eventually NG Models will make the A300 mold, so why not just wait until a better version comes out.
So yeah, that's quite a hefty release from Aero Classics. It's a lot of planes, like ranging from like classics to modern day. So yeah, the Aero Classics is kind of a really good company for like a very diverse release set most of the time, because they just release classic planes and sometimes new planes, which is good because, you know, it just goes across the board. But I would try to get like the FedEx or UPS if I can. Same thing with the Frontiers, because I only have 1 Frontier in our collection and it's kind of lonely. But yeah, nice that they added the Malaysian 737s in different liveries, kind of like NG Models. So that's kind of interesting. I don't know if NG Models could like do something about that, but that's a bit strange. And yeah, we got a lot of classic jets. Like what was one of them again, Citrus?
One of many. They made, what was it, about a dozen DC-8s, something like that.
Yeah, so like there's like plenty of DC-8s to choose from. So yeah, for any of you retro collectors, this is a release for you guys.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the market that Aero Classics sells. They also did 2 762s. They have an actually pretty decent looking 767-200 mold, but that's definitely something I can see NG Models improving on. The final release set that we're going to talk about here are the Jet's September 2021 releases, which came out towards the end of the month on the 22nd of September. And here we have a very, very diverse release set with quite a few models, most of them North American once again, but quite a few interesting models. In this month, they introduced the Interactive Series Boeing 747-400s. Here with the Atlas Air one, I'm really excited to get this one. I do have this on order. And of course, they did the Alaska 737-900 Art Commitment livery and the One World livery. Now, of course, the NG variants of those two are better, so if we can get the NG variant of that. They made Avianca A321 1/4 scale. That's a pretty decent model, surprisingly, from Jets. Not something I usually say. But I mean, it's going to be pretty good until, of course, eventually Panda or NG make it. So I would say if you can hold out for that, make that. Get that instead. The Germanjet's Cayman Airways 737 MAX 8 is actually a model that I approve of getting because the Germanjet's MAX 8 mold is actually pretty good. So that's actually one I can actually recommend to people. The two Delta A350s, these are in the Delta Spirit livery. Of course, I purchased this model with the flaps down because I saw this aircraft in Atlanta. And of course, as an employee that works for Delta, this is a livery I appreciate. The Alaska A321 Neo, again, you can get this or an older release, which might be cheaper, or you can just wait for the NG one. The Southern Air 777F, probably not one going to be made by NG anytime soon. Phoenix models might make this if you want that. But I did want the flaps down one, and of course only Germanjets and JC Williams have that, so I ordered this one. The Southwest MAX 8 is a model that I also ordered and a model that I endorse getting because, once again, the mold is actually pretty decent and a good model. And then, of course, the Turkish 7879, I don't remember if this is the exact aircraft I saw in Atlanta or not, but I am probably going to pick this one up with the flaps down because these do fly into Atlanta from Istanbul. It is one of the longer flights in the world, but it's a pretty cool flight nonetheless. Then we have the UPS 757-200. This is one I'm probably going to pick up because as much as I'd like NG to make a re-release, it is unlikely for them to do that anytime soon, and the Germanjet 757 is pretty decent. In 1-200 scale, we had the Air Canada A220-300 in the Trans-Canada livery. This one is a gorgeous plane, and it'll be a nice model for those looking to pick it up. The Alaska 739R Commitment is a good model and not one that you can really find from another manufacturer. The MAX 8 in 1-200 scale was pretty decent it's an American Airlines livery, and of course the CRJ 900 is one that I did purchase, which I'm really excited to get that one. There was of course the Bonanza DC-9, pretty cool plane, retro. The Delta 727-200 is one that I considered again in the Ron Allen livery, but I decided not to get it, even though it looks like a pretty cool plane. We have a Lufthansa A320 Neo. This was made in 1-400 scale a few months ago, but now it is in 1-200 scale, and I'm sure that model will be popular. The ACJ 130 in the 100 years special livery for the Royal Australian Air Force is a very cool plane. The Southwest MAX 8 1-200 scale, same one as the 141 but 1-200 scale, and then of course there's the Vairag MD-11, pretty cool plane. But yeah, overall, pretty solid release set, and I think there's something in here for most collectors, and pretty decent release set.
Well, this release set is mostly, I feel like it's mostly targeted for us US collectors, because I just see like a lot of planes that I could get if I, if I had the money to, I'll buy like most of this release set. Like the Atlas Air would be one I'll get, the Avianca, the Cayman, a Delta, I'll probably get another one even though I don't really need it. Hawaiian, Southern Air, Southwest, Turkish, and the UPS. Those were ones that I'm really tempted that I would want to get, but I can't really right now. But I definitely like how they released the Southwest MAX 8 again, because I felt like that model was starting to get a bit rare in a way. And also I like how they released the Cayman Airways 737 MAX 8. Nice that they're kind of exploring it back into the Caribbean airliners again. All they just have to do is just release like a Caribbean Airlines 737-800 or something like that, which I'm waiting for NG to release because that's a plane that I really would want to get. But yeah, the planes that I probably would want to get is the Southwest MAX 8, because I need a regular Southwest MAX 8, and probably I might try to go into the 1-200 scale, because I've seen you guys tend to be addicted to these 1-200 scale planes, and I kind of want to see what it's about.
Oh, it's pretty incredible. The details insanely amazing. And just to further your point, 6 out of the 10 1-200 models have November registrations, which is of course registration here for the United States. And a whopping 11 out of 14 of the models released in 1-400 scale have a November registration prefix. So yes, this was a very North American heavy release. which is not something I complain about because Gemini just is a North American company. But yeah, these are pretty good releases and some solid stuff overall here.
So yeah, that basically kind of concludes for this Gemini Jets 200 and 1/400 scale set. I definitely might go for the Southwest and probably one of the 1 to 200 scale ones. I'm looking at the Varg the MD-11. I kind of want to try to go for like a classic plane as like my first 1 to 200 plane, and then take it from there. But yeah, that's basically it from me for this release set.
Alrighty, and moving on to the final section of the video, which is community news. Now, at the time that we're recording this, Red River Aviation just completed his 3,000 subscribers, 3 years on YouTube, 30 model giveaway, which is pretty crazy. Think about that. He did a giveaway of 30 models. It was in partnership with the Midwest Model Store, and he gave away 30 model airplanes to 30 different winners. I mean, I'm just really happy that he made this giveaway for so many people who would get an opportunity to win a free model. That's pretty awesome of him to do that. I did not win anything, which is totally cool. But you know what? There were 30 other people who did win a model, and I know some of you guys watching did actually win. So huge congratulations to you guys, and huge dubs to Red River Aviation for making this giveaway and for giving so many people an opportunity to get a free model. And of course, with that, he also allowed a lot of people to hear about the Midwest Model Store and miniature models for the first time. So this is a pretty cool thing that he did for the community, and a great way to essentially welcome him back to YouTube as he is back from his mono illness that he had over the summer. So it's good to see our good friend Red River Aviation back at it, and to be able to have this incredible giveaway and a way that he can give back to the community. So that's pretty awesome that he and the Midwest Model Store were able to do that giveaway.
Yeah, I gotta say that this is definitely the best way to make a great comeback after recovering from such a disease, which I believe it totally sucks to have, because like, you know, you can barely do anything, and it just like, you can just imagine how much pain Connor went through. But luckily he's well and he's doing great. Glad to see more videos coming from him. This giveaway was quite the largest one I've ever seen in quite some time. It's a nice thing that he did for the community, especially for like, you know, younger creators that are in our community. So, you know, it's a great way for them to get like a model or yeah, just one plane. Yeah, I was just saying. But yeah, it's a great thing that he did for the community, and I hope you know, we get to see this again in like the near future. So
yeah, I agree, and it was pretty awesome that he did it. I mean, I have nothing but positive things to say about him, and of course Midwest Model Store, who helped to pay for it. So one thing I did want to say is that Red River Aviation paid for half of the models, and Midwest Model Store paid for the other half of the cost of the models. So it's sort of 50-50 split. Still, that cost Red River Aviation quite a bit of money, I'm sure, to put out those 30 models. Probably, if I had to guess, that's probably somewhere in the range of $500 he had to pay for that. So the fact that he spent that just on you guys and for you all to get some models, and obviously give him and the Midwest Model Store some exposure, is pretty incredible, and we're really happy that he did it. So we want to thank you so much, Saul, for doing that, and for being such a great member of the community. So with that being said, that is pretty much it for this episode. I would like to thank Aviation 24 for coming on to the show, and would like to give him the opportunity to give some parting words.
yes, thank you Citrus Aviation for having us here again on the show. We're very close to our 500 subscriber mark, so if you guys are kind enough to subscribe to our channel, we are coming out with new things. We're coming out with phase 2 of our channel, which is going to be a lot more better videos. And yeah, we're just gonna take a lot more time to make our videos so they come out great for you guys, so you guys can enjoy them as much as you enjoyed videos from Citrus, Red River Aviation, and Aviation 18, and Mile High Aviation. So yeah, make sure you guys subscribe, and make sure you subscribe to Citrus because he's an amazing man. And yeah, that's it from us. Hope you guys have an amazing day.
Yeah, and I'd like to thank Aviation24 for coming on to the show. The two brothers, they have a pretty cool channel themselves. Go check them out. They're, at the time that we're recording this, they're just 2 subscribers away from 500. So, if you guys would go, just check them out, click that little red button, watch some of their videos and help them out, that would be fantastic. So, I believe that with the channel that we have here, we could get them up to 510 subscribers, comfortably over that 500 sub goal. So if you could do that, that would be great. I would really appreciate it. And yeah, that is pretty much it for this video. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Almost said I hope you guys have a great video. That would have been really funny. But anyway, I do appreciate you all for watching the video. But yeah, have a great day. Thank you all so much for watching, and God bless you.